This is all that's left of Al-Dahir. It's the Hezbollah-controlled suburb in southern Beirut, which has been pounded incessantly by Israeli jets for the last month. Normally, we're not allowed in here because it's just simply too dangerous. But the ceasefire holding means we can actually walk in and see some of this devastation for the first time. Entry in and out of this area is controlled very tightly by armed Hezbollah militia. They're standing at all the checkpoints. But what we have seen today for the first time is families returning to this area. I don't know what they're going to come back to, because when you look around, block after block after block, it's complete and utter devastation. There's simply nothing left here. The only indications that there was a thriving community with tens of thousands of people is when you look amongst the rubble. There are toys and clothes, games, photo albums. There's a photograph down here of 3 young men who are obviously on a beach enjoying a holiday somewhere. We don't know whether they're still alive or they're injured or they found safety in one of the refugee camps. There is real emotion here. One woman we spoke to a little earlier on, she came, she looked around and she broke down and she said, "Death to Israel. This is what she has done to my country. Where are the United Nations? Where is the international community? What is left of my country?" But then you talk to other people here and they're a little more resolute. They want to come back to this neighborhood. They want to build it up again from scratch. And one young lady I spoke to said this was a proud moment for Hezbollah.
I feel very angry, but at the same time I'm very proud because of my country is still resistance against the occupation.
It's still very dangerous for these families who are returning back because we just don't know whether there's unexploded ordnance or there are booby traps here. One of the reasons this neighborhood was targeted by Israel is because it believes this is where Hezbollah operated from, not in terms of firing rockets into Israel, but this is where the network was concentrated, where the Hezbollah chiefs and generals would meet and plan their offensive against Israel. We simply don't know whether that's true and whether underneath all this rubble there are actually underground bunkers. But night after night, day after day, this is the area that's been shelled, and this is all that's left now. Of course, the longer the ceasefire holds, the more we'll be able to travel into other parts of Lebanon, which will look exactly like this. Outside on the streets, there's a real sense of optimism. There are people carrying Lebanese flags, but you come inside this area and that hope and that optimism, of course, fades when you see just how much damage has been done. But even here, there are young men carrying Hezbollah flags, and there are others who are carrying photographs of Sheikh Hassan Nasrallah. They really believe that Hezbollah has inflicted a victory on Israel and that it won't take too long to repair this area. But when I look around, I think it's going to take years and years, and that's if this ceasefire holds and there isn't much more fighting in this particular neighborhood.